there are two important concepts. Okay, so we'll get back to this again. How to solve etc. later. But I just want to introduce this problem. Okay, so that also I will show some kind of videos and other things so that you will understand what is going on. Okay, so you have seen this equation, right? You have seen the equation of Burger's equation, which is called ut plus ux equal to 0. Okay, or f. Okay, so if it is 0, then this is called implicit Burger's equation. Okay, so this we have derived using the traffic flow problems. Okay, using the traffic flow model, like the traffic flow model and many other models you can generate using this. So one important problem is like traffic flow model. Also, these problems are very important. Okay, in the case of you solve some kind of problems called Raff action and swap base. Okay, depending on the initial conditions. So you have some kind of initial conditions here. U of x comma 0 is here. Okay, U of x comma 0 is here. So here x belongs to R, let us say. Okay, x belongs to R and t is greater than 0. So U of x comma 0 is some g of x here only. Okay, so in general, these two class of problems. Okay, one is Raff and there is swap base. So both are you can just say like one is called UL, another is called UR. Okay, when x greater than or equal to x0 and x greater than or equal to x less than or equal to x0. Okay, so this is the general idea. Okay, one is u left, another is u right. Okay, or okay, this is less here and okay, so that L and R will be coincident. So UL when x is less than or equal to x0, and UR if x is greater than or equal to 0. So depending on this UL and UR, okay, something like UL and UR is there. So there will be a relation between this UL and UR. Okay, so these are like let's say it's a constant. So when UL greater than UR and UL less than UR, there will be two kinds of problems will be arising. That is the things which we are going to see today. Okay, so the first one, which is called the Raff action. Okay, so in the Raff action, what is happening? So in the Raff action, so same problem, ut plus ux equal to 0, u of x equal to, so ul, ur. So what I am taking is ul I am taking, so I am just taking this as 1, okay, if x is less than or equal to x0, okay, or less than x0 is nothing but here 0, okay, I am just taking it to 0 here, and 2, okay, 2 if x is greater than or equal to, if x is greater than 0, strictly greater than 0. I didn't define anything at x equal to 0. Okay, I did not define anything at x equal to 0. So 1 if x is less than 0, 2 if x is greater than 0. So this comes under this picture of, so 1 is less than 2, therefore this is coming under this picture. Okay, so this kind of problems usually called as Raff action problem. Okay, so the Raff action problem. So we'll see that characteristic. So I can put t here, okay. T by maybe we can just change this here to t is there, so I just s here. Okay, so that so dt by ds, okay, comma du by ds equal to 0. Okay, this is the one. So this is the problem. Okay, so there I have mentioned why, because we used to use that setup in the earlier one. We solve this problem. Okay, ux uy plus ux equal to 0. This one we have solved. So I have given a simple sequence that you want to get. Okay, now we know that du by ds equal to 0 or du by dt equal to 0 in the case which I mentioned. So then what is u? U is going to be function of it is going to be constant. Okay, du by ds equal to 0 means u is constant. Therefore, what you will get is that u is nothing but u of x of t comma t. Okay, so in this case it will be s. Okay, I can put s here equal to c. Okay, that is going to be. Now, what is c from here? This is constant throughout. Therefore, if I substitute it over for 0, s equal to 0. Okay, if I substitute for s equal to 0, that is nothing but u of x comma 0. Therefore, c is going to be u of x of 0 comma 0. Okay, but what is that? That is nothing but 1, 2, x less than 0, x greater than 0. Okay, so that means what you are going to get dx by dt. Okay, what is dx by ds are here? Dx by ds is going to become like, okay, dx by ds is going to be u but u is this one. Okay, u is nothing but u of x of 0, comma 0. Therefore, dx by ds is going to become like okay, this is same as v of x of 0, okay, comma 0. Okay, therefore x is going to be u of x of 0, okay, comma 0 ds, okay, plus some constant is going to come. Let's say c what, okay, c1 is going to come. So now so x of s is nothing but, okay, there I have used t. Okay, so if you use y, then that will be then you can use t. Since I'm using t here, I'm just changing here is, okay. So but it is not going to make any problem. What we have is now what we have is that dt by ds equal to 1. Therefore s equal to t. Okay, therefore you can just replace that with wherever s I have, I can replace that with t. Okay. So what you can do is that now, okay, now what is v of x of 0? That is nothing but 1 if x less than 0 and 2 if x is greater than 0. Therefore, what is it going to become? This is going to become like x is going to become x of t is going to become like, okay, it is going to become like t, okay, t plus. So I just substitute it over here. Okay, so what I will get is that t plus x of 0 is going to come. Okay, x of 0 is nothing but the initial things which is going to be, because here I have t. Okay, so that c1 is going to become like that x of 0, whatever you are substituting. Okay, because I'm substituting t equal to 0 here. Okay, if I put t equal to 0, what will become this? This will become 0. Only c1 will be there. So c1 is nothing but x of 0. Okay, whereas in the second case, so this is when this x of 0 is less than 0. Okay, because x is less than 0. Now, if t equal to again here, if x is greater than 0, okay, so in that case, what will happen? This will become like 2t plus x of 0. Okay, x of 0 is greater than 0. Okay, so from this condition, this is the condition. From here, we will get that. Okay, so then you see that you have two kinds of things. Okay, even if you write this in terms of t, what you will get is that you will get that t is equal to, okay, t is equal to x minus x naught. Okay, I'm just rewriting this same equation. Okay, in terms of t, and half into, okay, half into x minus x naught. Okay, so same condition, and x of 0 is less than 0 and x of 0 is greater. Therefore, what we are going to get is that, see, we need to write the characteristic lines, right? So what is going to happen to the characteristic lines? So the characteristic line is going to become like this way. Okay, the characteristic line is going to become like this way. So you see here, this is called rarefaction. The characteristic line. Okay, so what is one characteristic line is that x minus x naught. Okay, one characteristic line is x minus x naught. Another characteristic line is 1 by 2 into x minus x naught. Okay, so this is true if x is less than 0. Okay, whenever x naught is less than 0, so I have the characteristic line like this. Okay, this is going to come here, and when x is greater than 0, the slope is changing. Okay, for this one, this is going to be x minus x naught, but it is x naught is less than 0. So whenever that x naught is less than 0, your characteristic lines are this way. Okay, when x naught is greater than 0, your characteristic lines are this way. So you tell me when that is going to intersect that this place. When there will be a line which is going to pass through the origin. Can you find a line from these two equations? Okay, from this setup. Okay, can you find a equation which is passing through the origin? Will it pass through origin at any time?
So which equation?
The equation number 3. Or you can take above one also. It doesn't matter. Will it pass through the origin at any time?
So when x will be equal to x naught, x0.
but x naught is equal to 0 means like x equal to x naught cannot occur, right? What will happen is that when it should pass through the origin, okay, you say x equal to x naught, therefore x should be 0 and x naught should be 0, but x naught equal to 0 is not mentioned here, right? See, when x equal to x naught and x naught equal to 0, then it may be happening that it is passing through the origin. But x naught equal to 0 is not mentioned here, and t is greater than 0 mostly, so you have to be careful. Okay, so x equal to x naught is not going to happen at any time. So now what is going to happen here? See, there two set of characteristic lines are there. So one is on this side, one is on the other side. So in between there is no characteristic which is passing through that. That means what is it going to happen is that we don't have any lines which is having, means this line, okay, this is going much slower. Okay, so we'll see that what is it doing, the remarks. So this is the lines, okay. So the characteristic lines corresponding to the initial condition. So two families we are getting, okay, two families of characteristic lines we are getting with the different slopes. So what is that? What is it telling about that? So the waves originating x of 0 greater than 0. Okay, this is x of 0 greater than 0. It moves right faster. Okay, it is going. So this corresponds, for example, this one corresponds to this one. Okay, this one corresponds to this one, like this. So means whenever this is going to, whenever x of 0 is greater than 0, okay, so x of 0 is greater than 0, the waves, so this is the waves, originating x of 0 is greater than 0, is moving much faster, okay, it is going much faster than the waves originating from the points x of 0 less than 0, okay, x of 0 is less than 0. This is going very slow, this is going much faster, okay, this will be moving very fast, this is going to move very slow, okay, so I can see that when the x of 0 is greater than 0. So if you just put x of 0 is greater than 0, what will happen? The waves u of x comma 0, okay, the u of x comma 0 is going to move much faster. Okay, u of x comma 0 is going to move like the speed. What is the speed? The speed is u of x comma 0 is constant, right? So this is going, at 1. Okay, so the left side one is going at the speed of 1, whereas the right side is going at the speed of 2. Okay, that means the right side one is moving much faster than the left side. That means this will never capture this. Okay, this will never capture this. So that means always there will be a gap between these two characteristic families. So these two characteristic families, always there will be a gap. So these kind of gaps, what do they do is that they just fill it with some kind of imaginary lines. Okay, these kind of things they are just filling imaginary lines because we have some kind of discontinuities. So increasing this gap, so there is a gap always. So however close you are, always you will not reach this one because there will be always a gap. Okay, so increasing gap is formed between the faster moving front and the slower. So that means there are no characteristic lines. Okay, there are no characteristic lines from either of the two families which is passing through the origin. You can never find a family of characteristic lines which is passing through the origin. Okay, so that is the things which is happening. Therefore, what you will get is that you will get a jump discontinuity because we have a condition always x greater than 0 and x less than 0. If we have x comma t is 1 if x is less than t. Okay, 2 if x is greater than 2. Because we have the slope as 2. The slope is for this one it is slope is half. So in terms of x it will become like 2. Okay, so 2t will come. Okay, so now what is going to happen here when the x is between t and 2t? What is going to happen? Okay, when the x is between t and 2t. So that where that place it will occur is that, see, when x is less than t, so this is, for example, I just put t here, okay, this is t. So when x is less than t, whenever x is less than t, this is the corresponding line for me. This is the slope for that. Okay, for example, let's say x is equal to 10 minus x is equal to so t is equal to something like we can put let's say this is t. So t is positive. Okay, so let's say like t is 5. Okay, when x is less than 5, what you will have is that you will have something like characteristic lines over here. Okay, when x is greater than 2, so this is for 0. So once you translate this in terms of u of x comma t, what is the corresponding u? Okay, so I just draw another graph. Okay, I'll just write here. See, my initial curve is this way. Okay, what is my initial curve? My initial curve is okay. When x is less than 0, okay, when x is less than 0, so v of x comma 0 I'm just going to write. When x is less than 0, okay, this is x and this is u, okay. When x is less than 0, I'm going to get 1, okay. U is going to become 1. When x is greater than 0, okay, what I'm going to get is that I'm just going to get, it is going to be 2. Okay. Now we found that u of x comma t, when x is less than t, this is going to happen, okay. When x is, so let's say like x is when x is less than t, therefore this is going to be translated. Okay, this is going to be translated this way. Okay, so when x is less than t, so let's say like t is here. Okay, t is here. Let's say t is here. Okay, when x is less than t, what I'm going to get is I'm going to get this 1. Okay, when x is greater than t, greater than 2t, so there will be something called 2t here. Okay. At 2t, what I'm going to get is that I'm going to get something like this way. Okay, always there will be a gap. We said that, right? There is always a gap. So that gap is almost like t comma 2t. If the gap is t comma 2t. So how it occurs? Because we have you can see that always between this half and 1. Okay, between this half and 1, always you will not get some lines over here. You can see that in the graph. Okay, between half. So that slope, okay, so that there will be always some gap. So that gap, what we are trying to fill is that we are trying to fill that using the lines with slope. You can fill anything because it is an imaginary line we are filling. So the slope can be anything between, okay, anything between half and 1 it is going to happen. Okay, so it is going to be between half and 1. So that this is going to form a imaginary lines. Now that means you have a line which is x less than t, you have 1, x greater than 2t, you have 2. Now what is going to happen here? This place you have to fill. In this place, because there is a jump disparity, this place you have to fill it. Okay. So how do we fill that? For that, what we use is that. So we just try to fill that line. How do we fill? Okay. So the proper way to see this is that. Okay. In cases x of 0 equal to 0, what we get is that what is x of 0 equal to 0? From here, x of 0 equal to 0. Okay. So if after x of 0 is 0, what will happen? Because our equation is x of t is equal to ut plus x of 0. Okay. When x of 0 equal to 0, what will happen? U is going to become like x by t. Okay. So therefore, what I am going to do is that when t is less than, because our jump discontinuity, where the jump discontinuity is occurring, or jump discontinuity is occurring at x equal to 0, right? Therefore, if I just assume x of 0 equal to 0, what I will get is that I will get an equation like u equal to x by t. So the same jump continuity is happening here because of that faster moving wave. Okay, we will get the gap like t comma 2t. Okay, t comma 2t is going to happen. So that I am just going to click the x by t. Okay, u of x comma t equal to x by t. That. So this is the way. What we do is that we just fill that gap. Okay, we fill that gap in this space. Okay, so these kind of waves, okay, these type of waves which is arising from the decompression or rarefaction. Okay, when there is a gap between the wave, so two waves are traveling. One is having the slope 1, another is having slope 2. Okay, so that is called half or 2. Okay, so depending on the rotation initiative. So in this case, what we have is that they are traveling at different speeds. That is called rarefactions. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this is one of the important problem. If you see some of the gas dynamics problems, this is one of the important problems where we study about the rarefaction gas waves. Okay. Now let's come to another problem. Next problem. Yeah. Next is called shock waves. Okay. So when the shock waves is coming, let's see. Okay. Shock waves. Same further equation. Okay, only the condition I'm going to change. Okay, the condition. What is the condition? We are simply changing. We are simply changing this one. Instead of 1, I'm just going to put this one as 2 and this one as 1. This is 2. This is 1. That means this is going to be this case. Okay, UL is greater than or equal to U1. Okay, x is less than 0. only x greater. So UL is less than UR. Sorry, UL is greater than UR. So in this case, again, the same kind of things will come. So this is going to become 2, and this is going to become 1. Okay. Again, these are going to be same. Okay. So what will happen here? In this case, okay. So 2, 1. So what will happen here? These two equations are going to change. Okay. This is going to become like 2t. This is going to become t. Okay. 2t plus x naught plus second one t plus x naught is going to come. Same way here. So this is going to become like half. Okay. And this is going to be exponential. Let's go to the picture again. Okay. Let's go to the picture again. So what is going to happen here? So here, what is it happening is that, see, there the left waves are moving slower, where the right waves are moving faster. Now the slope got changed. Okay, the slope got changed. So what will happen here? The left wave is moving faster, right wave is going to be much moving slower, because this slope is having half, this slope is having 1. Okay, something. So what will happen here? When this wave is going here, this is going to capture this. Okay, this right wave, it is always captured. So what will happen in this case? See, there is no common intersection, so you are having some gap is formed. Here it is already intersecting with mean. So if you see the yellow dotted lines, okay, what is going to happen? Suppose I just sit over here. Okay, I'm just sitting over here. Let's say like I'm just sitting at this place, x, t. Now I have to identify from which characteristic curve which I came across. Okay, from which wave I came. Whether I came from this wave, okay, which is corresponding to this characteristic curve, or did I come from this curve? Because I'm just sitting over here, this is intersecting over here. I'm getting confused whether I reach from here or I reach from here. Okay, there is a confusion, right? Because both are intersecting. If I'm just sitting over there, I don't know from which, whether I came from the right characteristic or left characteristic. Okay, that confusion is there. So these kind of ways, what will happen is that this is going to play another important role, and this can make disasters also. Okay, this can make disasters also. So we'll see that. Okay, so the same picture which we have now. So in this place, I'm just going to get some kind of confusion. Okay, so as I said in the earlier one, so the left waves are originating, the waves corresponding to x of 0 less than 0 is traveling, okay, much faster than the right waves. Okay, so these two families are intersect, so that is going to create a problem of retracing tracing back the cache. So what is going to happen here at the place of intersection? What is it going to happen is that it is going to have a multi-valued function. U is going to become like a multi-valued function. Okay, it's not going to be a single-valued function. It's going to be multi-valued function. So this kind of phenomena is called softness. So this is called as softness. Okay. So this is going to create a problem. Let's see where it is creating a problem. Okay, so I will tell you where this is going to create a problem. We'll see some pictures. Okay, then we'll come back. So first one, okay, the first one is balloon bursting. So you have a balloon. So if you are just putting some pin in that, then it will blow up, right? So that is one example called balloon bursting. Second one is called detonation wave. Okay, TNT explosive. When suddenly some TNT or some atom bomb or something is high explosive is happening, then you can see that immediate shock will be occurring. Then there is a space shuttle return. So we'll just show you some of the videos and other things. So we'll go here. So these are available in the miscellaneous section. Okay, so you can see here, this is one of the shock wave problem. Okay, so what is going to happen is that so whatever we have seen is one-dimensional case. So this is in case of 3D or other cases, what will happen is that this is a shock wave. See, a flight is going at a high speed. Okay, when the speed is increasing, okay, like supersonic flight, what will happen is that the Mach number is going to denote like how fast it is moving, whether with respect to the speed of the sound. Okay, when it is moving much faster than the speed of the sound, what will happen? You see that there is a wave forming. Okay, there is a wave forming. This yellow, white patches. That white patches is moving along that, and then it is going to travel at the back tail of the flight. So if this aircraft is not designed to take care of this shock waves, what it will happen is that this flight can get some imbalance, and then it can just go crazy, and it can lead to accident. Okay, therefore this is one of the important for aerodynamics, where they used to study for the supersonic flights, etc. Okay, the shock waves is very important. Okay, so this video you can see, and you can read that corresponding things. Okay, how it is important. Okay.
Sir, do they used to call it sonic boom?
Sorry?
I think, do they used to call it sonic boom or something like that?
Yeah. This is regarding the bullet. Okay, when the bullet is going, you can see that there will be a shock wave is formed. Okay, so this kind of shock wave is going to form. Okay, so this is one thing. Supersonic bullet. Okay, so another important thing is that the space shuttle return. Okay, you know Kalpana Chawla, she died because of this space shuttle return, right? So that is again kind of a shockwave problem. Okay, the space shuttle which was returning from the air. So you can see this paper or the poster where they mentioned that when the shock wave is forming. Okay, so here they have mentioned the shock wave is forming here. So when the shock wave is forming, what you can see is that there will be a amount, the heat will be there. Okay, there will be a heat, enormous amount of heat may be produced. So that has made the structure, okay, the structure of the space shuttle, the Columbia shuttle, that made some holes in the walls of the concrete, okay, the concrete, etc. they have inside that space shuttle, that got damaged, and all the aluminum structure, etc. they got damaged, and then that become killed. So why this is happening? Because these are all due to the shock wave. So there will be a small shock is going to form. That shock is going to build like anything. Okay, that is going to build like anything. So you are going to get completely the disaster is going to happen. Okay, so this is also a shock wave. You can see that they have mentioned that. So here they have mentioned visualization of plasma and sealed space shuttle shock wave. How the shock waves, how it killed. Okay, and even in the newspaper also you can see. So this is about the space shuttle. Okay, NASA reveals tragic details of Kalpana's last flight. So in that they have mentioned that even though safety gear had worked, the astronomers would have died due to the winds, shock waves, and other extreme conditions in the atmosphere. Okay, so that means you can see that how important it is for the physical phenomena of our world. Okay, the same thing you can see it in the NASA web page also. They have given like different shockwaves for different space shuttles. Okay, so there are plenty of papers are there, or even there is a journal is also there, shockwave theory. Okay, there is a journal and there is a book also there, so you can refer that for further details. Okay, so you can see that the importance of this kind of problem. Okay, so you might have studied what is discontinuity problem. Discontinuous in the case of analysis. In analysis, you might have studied some random functions they might have given. You might have studied like why it is discontinuous, why it is not continuous. So that things you might have studied, but where is it important cannot be, you got clear idea about that. So from this one you can see that how important it is, because when you are solving this kind of partial differential equation, what you are getting is that if this kind of shock wave is coming, or this kind of discrete is happening, this is going to happen. Okay, so if I just briefly say what is it doing is that you have a flight which is going at a speed, okay, whereas the wind is your flight is going at a speed faster than the wind. Okay, that means what is it going to happen? So you are going much faster than your flight is going much faster, whereas the wind is going much slower. Therefore, what is it going to happen? There is a shock wave is going to form. So you got to protect your space shuttle or the flight in such a way that that is going to be protected. Okay, otherwise, what is going to happen? This is going to produce you a kind of disaster is going to. Okay, this is the summary of the shock wave. Okay. So depending on the types of shock wave, there are different things like that. Even if you see the supernova or asteroids hitting the Earth's atmosphere, also almost same thing is coming. Okay, that's the reason they are getting fire, and then they are they get burst and then some. So that's the things is happening in the Earth's atmosphere when the asteroid is hitting the Earth's atmosphere. So how to solve this problem? Okay, so those things we didn't say here. Okay, that we will see it. So how to so I roughly I was given for the rare fraction how to get that. Okay, but we will come to that in detail. Okay, roughly I was given how to get that. But we will come to that in detail. In general, what you can do is that you can take a general problem. Okay, not only this ut plus ux equal to 0. Okay. So this is for simple case I have taken. But once you come for the space shuttle problems, etc., the problem needs to be of this kind: ut plus fu of x square equal to 0. Okay. So where f is a function of u. Okay. This is going to be a like the hyperbolic conservation laws will come. Okay, hyperbolic conservation laws will come. So this is one of the complicated problem to solve. Okay, because of this kind of nature, and maybe you can contact one of my students. He is working on this hyperbolic conservation laws using Redis person method. So these kind of problems are important in the aerodynamics, etc., where they are trying to solve this. Not only aerodynamics, explosives, etc., also that many other things are there. So these kind of problems are important. So for this kind of things, what they do is that they will define something called jump discontinuity. Okay, using the jump discontinuity, they will try to find what is the solution where the shock is occurring or the mass is occurring. So those kind of conditions, say it as RH condition or Riemann problem, that we will see it probably later. Okay. Okay. Now we will. So this is again some examples I got, so you can just try to solve it. Okay. Now we'll go to one more theorem, okay, and then because this is also part of your assignment, therefore I'm just giving that. You can solve this using the techniques which I'm going to give. See, we have solved mostly what we have solved is we have just trying to find a characteristic curve, and then from that we try to solve. Now there is another concept is called first integral. Okay, the first integral. Okay, so far we have any doubts regarding rare fraction or surface?
No, sir.
Maybe it can be silly or something which from the physical point of view or something also you can ask me. So whatever I know, I will just try to tell you.
Sir, how does the shock wave appear in balloon bursting?
Okay, see, in balloon bursting, what is it happening? The same kind of things. So balloon, if you are just putting it, okay, what is it going to happen? It is going to disturb the air in between, right? It is trying to fill the air. So the so see, there are two things it will happen. Okay, one thing is that you have some kind of two things. Okay, one is going at lower speed, another is going at higher speed, right? So there are this kind of problems will also occur in case of traffic flow. So the same thing I'm going, because why I'm saying traffic flow is the same thing is going to happen in the case of balloon bursting. So there is a rho of x comma t because in the traffic flow. Okay, so the traffic is going. Okay, so at one place the density is going to be high, another place the density is going to be slow. Okay, the density of cars is going to be at one place it is going to be high, another place it is going to be slow. So in that case, what is going to happen? Again, this is going to kind of a discontinuous problem, right? Okay, rho of x, for example, when x is less than t, okay, when x is less than t, you are having some kind of condition, and x is greater than t, you have another condition in this article. Okay, in this traffic signal. So suddenly the traffic signal they are just releasing it. What is going to happen? Then everybody is going to rush in that. So therefore, there is going to be some confusion is going to happen, etc. So that means when two densities, okay, so two density mixer is happening. Okay, for example, even you can take it some kind of fluid also. For example, I have some kind of fluid here. Okay, I have a fluid here. Okay, here I fill with water. Okay, here I fill with some kind of some honey or some kind of oil, etc. Okay, or honey or oil. I kept them separately. Okay, I just made some kind of layer over here. So here the row is okay different. This row is 1. This is going to be let's say 10 or 5 something. Okay, then at time t equal to 0, this is the case. Now what I'm going to do is that when you start clicking the clock, I'm just removing this barrier. Okay, there's a barrier in between. I'm just removing. Then what is it going to happen? This is going to mix, and then this is going to have, give you kind of everything is going to happen, right? The same kind of thing is happening in the balloon also. The outside temperature is something different. Okay, the outside temperature, the outside air density is something different. But once you are blowing it, what will happen is that air is going to be different. So now what is it going to happen? Once you are bursting it, this is going to mix to the same thing. It is going to mix with our outside things and these inside things. So that is the reason these two things are colliding, because you are having different density over there. Okay, that's the reason it is getting bursted and then. Okay. Same thing is there in many cases. In many cases it is there. Like if you in compressible flow, etc. is there. So there also you can see that there is something called you have a what is that tank. Okay, not tank, dam. Okay, dam is there. Okay, dam is there. It is filled with water. So when there is a shock, okay, when it is going to outburst, what it is going to happen? This layer is going to be removed. Therefore, it is going to form complete things. So that is also going to form a kind of shock, and then it is going to. So these kind of things are going to. Because you have two different densities, and both densities are going to mix. That's the reason. Okay. Any other questions? That's a good question. You can just Google like how the balloon is bursting and what is the shock waves involved in that. So you can get some interesting articles, etc. So you can just there are some simulations also available. Then even you can just fill with some water. You fill with some water and you take some kind of some high pixel cameras. Okay, like something called PV cameras are there, okay? So particle velocimetry camera. Using that, you can capture how that is happening, etc. There are interesting articles about how the balloon bursts. Any other questions?
Yes.
Okay. So now again we come to the same problem. Okay, we just come to the same problem. Okay. So now what we are trying to do is that we have seen one parameter family. Okay, now we are trying to see. Okay, same quasi-linear. What we are trying to do is that we are trying to find two parameter families. Okay, means two independent. I'm trying to find two independent first integral. So two independent first integral I'm trying to find. Okay, so how do we find that? Let's see. So again we consider the quasi-linear with the characteristic curve. Okay. So now what I am trying to do is that this characteristic curve is given by not a single, it is occurring from two intersections of two different surfaces. So usually what we will have is that we get that characteristic curve. So far what we got. So the characteristic curve what we got is that we got it from a single surface. So x comma y comma u, x comma y comma u is a surface. It's a surface in 3D. So this 3D surface is called, we used to call this integral surface or the solution surface. Okay. Now suppose your characteristic curve is occurring as an intersection between two surfaces. Okay, I have one surface. Let's say it is going to be, I'm just going to denote as I of x comma y comma u equal to c1. Okay, and another curve. Let's say it's I of x comma y comma u equal to c2. So two surfaces I have. Okay, surface 1 and surface 2. So these two surfaces, okay, these two surfaces are intersecting. At that intersection, what I have is that I have this characteristic, okay, the initial characteristic curve, whatever you have. So that is occurring at this place, okay, S1 intersection S2. This comma is represented this way. Then what we can do is that we can find two pairs of intersection, first integral we say, okay, first integral we find. So this is a surface. So this is a, what is it is? This is nothing but a in the classical sense, if we say it's continuously differentiable. Okay, it should be continuously differentiable in the classical sense. Okay, so if it is continuously differentiable, then what we say is that it is first integral of the quasi-linear PDE. Okay, that means so a continuously differentiable function y of x comma u, y of x comma y comma u is said to be first integral. When do we say it is first integral? If it is constant, okay, if it is constant and the characteristic means on gamma, okay, it should be constant on the characteristic. So then we say that it is a first integral. Suppose my pi and psi are both are first integrals. Okay, two first integrals. Then we can say that that is functionally independent. We can say that pi and psi are functionally independent. Okay, of functionally independent. When we say this functionally independent, when you find the normal. Okay, normal with respect to all the variables. What will come is that n pi, okay, and n psi will come. What is n pi and psi? So n pi is nothing but pi x, pi u, pi v. Sorry, pi y, pi u. Okay. Similarly, n psi is nothing but psi x, psi y, and psi v. Okay. So when we say this is functionally independent, when the rank of this matrix, okay, the rank of this matrix pi x, pi y, pi u, and psi x, psi y, psi u is equal to 2, then we say that these two functions are functionally independent. Okay. When the rank of this one is 2, then we say that means what we need to say is that n pi and n psi are linearly independent. What is mean by linearly independent? So you take any linear combination, then that sequence C2 will become G. Okay. Okay. Suppose pi and psi are functionally independent. Okay, functionally independent. What you can see is that you can see, okay, pi I can write it as there is a mistake. It should be x of s. Okay, pi of x of s, y of s, u of s. Pi of x of s, y of s, u of s. I just represent that. That is given as C1. Okay, this is nothing but x of s. This is y of s and u of s. Okay. Similarly here. Now what I am trying to find is that I am just trying to find the total derivative of this. So if I find the total derivative, right hand side is constant. Here left hand side is constant. Okay, this is going to become 0. This is going to become 0. So what you are going to get is that if I am just differentiating that t pi by ds, okay, if I find t pi by ds, what I am going to get pi x into tx by ds, okay, plus pi y into ty by ds plus pi u into t by ds equal to g. Similarly for psi x also we get that psi x into, okay. So I'm just differentiating with respect to s. This is constant. Therefore, the left hand side becomes 2, or in that case, it is right hand side becomes 2. Now, what is dx by ds, dy by ds, dz by du by ds? That we know from our past linear PD. What is dx by ds, dy by ds, dz by du by ds? That we know that dx by ds equal to a, dy by ds equal to b, du by ds equal to c. Okay. What is this one? This is nothing but the. What is this one? For cost linear PDE. So if I give a cost linear characteristic system, okay, this is called a characteristic system. So I substitute it over here, okay. Then what this will become? This will become like pi x a plus pi y e plus pi u c equal to 0. Similarly, pi psi x u a plus psi y b psi u c equal to 0. So these two are, when this is functionally independent, again you can see that the same thing. Okay, functionally independent means these two should be again should give the almost similar thing. Okay, so same kind of things. Okay, now or what we can say is that this is going to be functionally independent. Okay, this is going to be functionally independent. So this one you can solve it, right? This one you can solve it, right? A by, okay. So using the grammar rule, etc. to solve it. What you will get is that you get, we are just trying to solve this. So you just take pi y, pi u, psi y, psi u. Okay. Similarly v. So you just forget about this row and get that pi x, pi u, okay, psi x, psi u. Similarly c by, okay. So this is nothing but our grammar rule which you are trying to solve. Okay. So then this is going to be functionally independent if and only if this is the functionally independent first integrals. If and only if this is going to be satisfied. Okay, means you are trying to solve this system. Okay. How to find that general solution? So this is a simple theorem. Okay, just do it in 2 minutes. So suppose pi of x u and psi of x u are two independent solutions of these ODEs. Okay, this characteristic system, and it is given that pi u square plus I u square not equal to 0, and and the general solution of sum. Then the general solution, there is a solution is missing here. Then the general solution of 7 is given by 7 is nothing but the positive e is given by how we give is going to become like f of pi of x comma y comma u and psi of x comma y comma u equal to means you will write that general solution as a function of two different first integers. Okay, function of two different first integers where f is any. So usually in the previous case, what we have written is that u is equal to, usually we write that u is equal to some f of something we have written most of the time. Now what we have is we have two different two functionally independent first integrals. So in that case, what you will get is that you will not write u is equal to, instead you will write some kind of implicit equation. That implicit equation is kind of phi of x comma y comma u and psi of x. Okay, fine. So how do you do that? Suppose u equal to f x y is a function, okay, and for which it is given. So we just try to prove two ways. Okay, one is the if part and this minus part. So we just assume that u is a function which is satisfying this one. Then what we need to prove is that we got to prove that those two are functionally independent. So if you differentiate with respect to x comma y, what we will have is that we'll have f pi x plus pi u into x, okay, and then f psi x plus psi u into ux is equal to, similarly with respect to y also the second equation. Okay. So suppose if f pi and f psi are not simultaneously true, then what is it going to give? It is going to give that if pi f psi is not simultaneously 0, that means what you are going to get is that this is going to become 0. Okay, that means you are going to get pi x plus pi u into ux. Okay, that remaining quotient. Okay, that determinant is going to become 0. Okay, then this is going to become like you are going to get the solution. Okay. So if you simplify that, what you will get is that you get again this kind of pi u psi y minus pi y pi u psi u etc. So now compare this equation, okay, with what we got here 9 and this one. Okay, 10 and 9. 10 and 9 are same, means see the time the same as this one, pi y psi u minus pi y pi u psi u. Okay, first question if you see that. Okay, so that means this satisfying this is same as that satisfying that one. So that means what? This is satisfying means what? This is satisfying means pi and psi are functionally independent. Therefore, what you can say is that pi and psi are functionally independent. So what I started with u equal to e of x y, which is satisfying this condition. And what I am trying to prove is that now pi and psi are functionally independent. I am trying to prove. Okay. So I am just rewriting that, and I got this equation. So if I just rewrite that equation, what I got is that I got this kind of setup. So this is called function. So this is if this condition is satisfied, that means we can say that pi and psi are functionally. Okay. So what you can obtain is that you can obtain that AUX plus BUY equal to C is that. Therefore, it is going to satisfy the possibility here. Okay. On the other hand, suppose you have u equal to e of xy, which is functionally independent. Okay, I'm just taking pi and psi are functionally independent. Now, what I need to find is that I got to prove that some function f, which is nothing but pi of x, pi comma psi equal to. I got to find some f such that f of pi comma psi is equal to 0. That is what. So since pi and psi are functionally independent, okay, first integrals, then what we have is that by this point, what we have is that we can obtain that, okay, from this one we can obtain this equation, the top one, pi u minus psi, pi u psi y minus pi y psi u etc. Okay, so that means what we have is that we have a function, okay, then by 9 we have, that means we have a function, some capital pi equal to some pi of x comma y comma u of x comma y is going to have, because it is having. Similarly, we have some psi also. Now let us find what is pi x and psi x. Okay, let's find what is pi x and psi x. So pi x and psi x, once again, what is it going to come? This is going to become like this equation. Okay, pi x, pi u x, pi u, pi x. So that is going to come pi x plus pi u ux, psi x plus psi u ux, etc. Now, what is the determinant of this one? The determinant is same as what we have seen here. But what that I can write is that I can write that as something like some constant into aux, okay, plus buy plus c minus c equal minus c I can write. but that is nothing but the postlinear PDE. What is the right hand side? That is 0. Therefore, pi x, psi x, pi y, psi y equal to 0. So this is going to give me from the rank theorem of calculus, what we are going to get is that one of the functions, okay, from rank theorem of calculus, what you can write is that one of the functions, either pi or psi, okay, can be expressed as the function of other. Means I can write pi as some f of psi, or I can write psi is equal to some g of pi. Okay, like this. So now what I am trying to write is that psi equal to g of pi on that. Okay, the axis of function psi equal to g of pi. Okay, one can be expressed as the other. Okay, because what is it meaning actually? Pi x and pi psi x, pi y, psi y equal to 0 means what? Linear algebra, simple linear algebra. If the denominator is 0, what is the rank? Hello? Will you hear me? See, you have a 2 by 2 matrix, right? So if the determinant is 0, what does it mean? What is the rank? Determinant is 0. What is the rank for a 2 by 2 matrix?
Rank
Will it
is
be 2?
less than 2.
Less than 2. Okay. So if it is less than 2, what you can say is that it is linearly
Dependent.
dependent. So one is dependent on the other. That is the theorem we say. Okay. The rank theorem of calculus, that is saying. So one is the function of other. Okay. One of the function pi can be expressed as the other. That is linearly dependent. That's the reason we are writing psi equal to g of pi. Therefore, what you can see is that if psi equal to g of pi, you can get something like f of pi comma psi equal to. Get the same thing again. That function you can simply get it psi minus g of pi if you write. That is going to be your. So I just leave this problem as an exercise to do. Okay, this is very simple. I have this differential equations are there, characteristic systems are there. Okay, I have written that. What you need to do is that we got to find two first integrals. Okay, so what you need to do is you got to do some manipulations. Okay, what I'm doing is here. So dx by dt, dv by dt, dv by dt is there. I'm just adding and multiplying by x, okay, and multiplying by y, and then subtracting it, and then we are getting this pi of x comma y. Similarly for the second one also, I'm just doing that. Then you can write that one as the function of other. Okay, psi I have obtained, pi I have obtained, and you can write either psi equal to pi or pi equal to f. It doesn't matter which one. Right. Then you got to substitute the initial conditions, and then you got to get. So I just leave it as an exercise to you. Okay, just go through that. I will not get back to this in the next class. Okay, we'll go to the other concept in the next class. Similarly for these two problems. So you can just go through this problem. If you have any questions, okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, it's time already. So you have any questions? So almost similar problems are there in your assignments. Okay, you got to find two first integrals. Okay, fine. If you don't have any questions, do you have any questions regarding the rare fraction or surface? Interesting questions, or any questions which you want to get answers or want to understand? Rajat? Okay. Okay then. Yeah, thank you. If you don't understand any of the concept, please get me back so that I will just cover that once again. If you have any doubts or something, just have another session where we can explain that. Whatever concept you don't understand, please inform me. Okay, I can just take it again. Okay, if I didn't explain it well in the past, probably I will just try to give it much details. Okay, or detailed way if it is required.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.